What's up, guys? Welcome to Super Wise. I'm John and I am back from Christmas vacation. It was a nice little break, spent a lot of quality time with family, but now I am back. I really like the first Wonder Woman movie. It's one of DC's better and stronger movies. So naturally I was looking forward to the sequel, Wonder Woman 1984. The trailers for it looked really good. I was interested. Now, I know I'm like 2 weeks late on this review, but when this movie first dropped on HBO Max Christmas Day, I watched it. And I've actually watched this movie 3 times since then. And wow, guys, this movie is painful to get through. It sucks. I think it's trash. And after the first time I watched it, I was shocked. I was so surprised of how bad it was because the critics, they were giving it great reviews. But then when us fans saw it, the rest of us saw it, we realized how this movie is just complete garbage. This movie is not terrible, but it's not good either. It's just bad, and it's really disappointing. So before I tear this movie into shreds, let me quickly go over what I actually like about this movie. First off, Hans Zimmer is the composer of this movie, and he does a great job, specifically with the cheetah theme and the opening Themyscira theme. I think Hans Zimmer crushes it. Patty Jenkins actually directs this movie really well. The visuals are great. They're beautiful. The shots are just well filmed. This is a boring movie. There's barely any action, but when there is action, it's really good. Specifically, the mall sequence, the White House fight scene, and my favorite scene in the entire movie is where Wonder Woman chases Maxwell Lord on the road. That entire action scene is just exhilarating. I love it. It's my favorite scene in the entire movie. Also, it was great to see Linda Carter cameo in the post-credit scene. I grew up on the Wonder Woman 1970s TV show, so it was nice to see her. And I mean, gal, she is Wonder Woman. She absolutely is amazing in this movie. Her performance is actually better in this movie than the first one. When Diana had to let Steve go and renounce her wish, I mean, she crushed that scene. It was such a beautiful scene. Should have been tragic, but it fell flat for me ultimately, and it's because of the character of Steve Trevor. And it's not because of Chris Pine. Chris Pine kills it in this movie. He's a great actor, and he does a very good job here. How his character was written and how they brought him back, I hate it. I really hate it. I hate how Steve Trevor was brought back in some random dude's body and only Diana can see him as Chris Pine. That choice seriously took me out of the entire movie and made me feel that Steve Trevor wasn't even there. The essence of Chris Pine was there, but in actuality it's just some random dude that Diana's been with. So it took me out of the movie, and that's why when Diana renounces her wish, it didn't feel tragic. I should have gotten emotional, I should have felt something, but I didn't, and it's because of that dumb-ass choice. Kristen Wiig is fine, I guess. Her character of Cheetah is just boring and generic. I mean, the same damn trope. I'm a victim, no one likes me, no one helps me out, oh, feel bad for me, I dropped my briefcase, nobody helps me, oh, I give food to the homeless, oh, okay, yeah, it's just like Jim Carrey's Riddler, just like Jamie Foxx's Electro. It's not original at all, and she's just not an interesting villain. Maxwell Lord is a little better, but not by much. They try to humanize him by showing us that he has a son, and the ending was touching, I guess. But I didn't really care about the father-son dynamic because it wasn't really fleshed out in the movie. We had like a couple scenes with him, and Pedro Pascal is a good actor. Sometimes in this movie he can come off as a little too hammy, a little too wacky because he based his performance off of Nicolas Cage, but there are times where he's actually good, he's decent. Now, the worst thing about this movie is probably the most important: the story. Zack Snyder and Alan Heinberg wrote the first movie, and they did a great job. They are absent for 1984. Patty Jenkins and Jeff Johns step in to write, and boy oh boy, was that a mistake. First off, Patty Jenkins is screwing with the DCEU continuity. The tone of this movie doesn't even feel like a DCEU movie. The first Wonder Woman movie felt like a DCEU movie. Sure, it had a lighter tone, but still, it felt like it was part of the DC extended universe. This movie is just way too wacky and campy and just doesn't fit into the universe. And from a story perspective, she's just screwing the Wonder Woman character over. In Dawn of Justice, we were led to believe that Wonder Woman has been in hiding for over a century. She lost faith in humanity because she lost Steve Trevor during the World War in the first movie. Nope, in 1984, she was still doing her thing. Like, screw Dawn of Justice. She is wrecking the continuity so she can make this dumbass, fluffy movie. I mean, really. And this movie is 2 hours and 30 minutes. It is just way too long, especially when there's little action and just trash character development, and it's just boring. Also, I hate the MacGuffin of the Dreamstone. Any problem Maxwell Lord has, he just solves it with a Dreamstone. I wish, this, that, and the other. Just lazy writing. This Dreamstone just comes out of nowhere and just magically gives you the wish. It's just, God, it's just lazy. Which sucks because I had high expectations for this movie. I really wanted to like this movie. Damn, I saw it 3 times. Really wanted to like it, couldn't. It's just bad. It's not as bad as Birds of Prey. That's the worst DCEU movie, but this one is definitely one of the weaker ones. It's generic, it's average, it's not that bad, but it's just disappointing. Wonder Woman 3 is happening. Patty Jenkins is returning to direct, Gal returning to star. This movie's being fast-tracked. It's going to be set in the modern day with a possible Cheetah return. Hopefully, Wonder Woman 3 can get this franchise back on track. Or should I say trilogy, because this Wonder Woman 3 will be the end of the trilogy. Patty Jenkins did not write a good sequel to Wonder Woman. Unless she pours her blood, sweat, and tears into the script for the third movie, I think she needs to step away from the writing. Zack Snyder and Alan Heinberg should be hired back to do the third movie because they made the first movie work. And if they did 1984, I'm sure it would have been a million times better than whatever Patty Jenkins and Jeff Johns came up with hastily. But that was my review. So disappointed, so forgettable, probably never will watch it again. But there you go. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to have you if you haven't subbed. It's great to be back, and remember my catchphrase, stay super wise.